I think it's working.
All right. Well, this is a follow-up video to my last one. Had a lot of comments I guess I need to answer. We'll start out with this. We didn't bring tape, but this is showing how to split big pieces of wood. I just noticed a lot of folks on the internet call them rounds, or what, big blocks. We just call them big pieces of wood. Another one was we had some people saying, well, why'd you cut that tree down? We didn't. Yeah, show it over here. Yes. This tree is about 100 years old. I actually counted the rings after the video, but it clay rooted. A storm blew it over. So that's a big end there. If you get down here on this end, that's about 50 feet up that way. And yeah, I'm not exaggerating. It's about 50 feet tall. It's a big one for this part of Texas. This over here, that all got to get cleaned up too. And oh yeah, that one's got the top out of it. Now,
But for all y'all tree huggers, we're not cutting that one down. We're cutting this one up to get use out of it. It's dead.
all right, next thing. I had a lot of folks say, dude, you need to sharpen your axe because it's bouncing. Okay, this is not an axe. This is a splitting maul. What makes a splitting maul work is not because it's sharp. Matter of fact, I'm on my leg here, you know. I don't recommend you do that. What makes a splitting maul work is the shape of it. It makes that wood come apart. And also the second thing that makes it work, you got to hit it with the grain. Well, we'll get to that. This is an axe. An axe is not near as broad or shaped good. And while we're talking about the equipment, this is another type of splitting maul. My dad bought this one in 1989. This is a better one. We really like the shape of it. It's
81.
Oh, 81, excuse me. So this thing's older than me.
It's 8 pound.
Yeah, and this is an 8 pound. This is a 6 pound. I think we bought this one in 02. And we did have one that was stainless that Dad cast out at Lone Star Steel. And homeless guy stole it. So it's probably in a salvage yard somewhere because that stainless was expensive. All right, now there's a bunch of other folks that really like to use a wedge. There's your wedge. You could drive this in and split them open if you don't like a maul. Now another thing, I had a bunch of folks saying, no, you need to set it up on top of there. You set one on top of the other and split it. Well, no, I ain't gonna do that. One reason is because these hunks of wood outweigh me by an easy 100 pounds and I don't wanna pick them up. That's why I just flip them down, bust them where they sit, and stack them. We have a hydraulic splitter. We don't use it that much unless we have one with a weird grain or a strange cut on the end where you can't set them flat on the ground to bust them.
Up there where that twist and bust.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff we hit with that hydraulic splitter. And another thing is, a bunch of y'all said, split it with a chainsaw. No, that really defeats the purpose of splitting them all together. If you're just gonna cut it up, you could do that. Yes, you can. But I'll tell you what, swinging this thing is free. And we were talking about this hydraulic splitter. In the last video, in the span of about a minute, I swung this thing 24 times. That hydraulic splitter, in about a minute, it'll go up and down 3 times. All right, so I can have the stuff split and stacked by the time that hydraulic splitter splits one. Another thing is, in order to use the hydraulic splitter, you have to pick this thing up and set it on top of there, which I don't want to do. I'd much rather lift the 8 pound maul or the 6 pound maul multiple times and lift this thing when it weighs about 300. A few more comments. Folks were wondering what species that this is. This is an oak tree.
Red oak.
Yeah, red oak, or some folks would call it a water oak. But we call it red oak. And for some reason, a bunch of folks online kept saying white oak. Well, that's not quite the same, but it's pretty hefty, pretty hard to split. This tree's been down for a few months. It has not seasoned for a year yet. Oh, hey, look who's coming to see us. Here, film that. And another thing, this thing's down in the middle of the road right here where we drive.
Walk over.
Vehicles or horses walk through here. You gonna come talk to me? Hold on, baby. Don't jump.
Talk to me, Happy.
Huh? You gonna talk? Ooh. He home. Anyhow, I was gonna get to some splitting in this video, but
go ahead. They'll
like
get out of the way.
livestock video here. This is Happy, the happy ass. And that's baby girl right there.
Yeah, she was born on this place and never walked away from it.
Yeah, they're both about worthless, but they're out here. Anyhow, I promised y'all some splitting, so we're gonna go around the edge on this. Let's see how the donkey deals with it, cause
he might help you.
I don't think he's ever seen me do it. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot to say, we're working our way around the edge. You can work your way across the middle. I know a bunch of y'all, you're saying, why didn't you do that? I could. But in the span of about, 10 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, if I was working across the middle, I might have 2 and then I'd have to split them in half. These are already ready to stack. Yeah. Till next time.
I already fed you, boy.